All right, what's going on, y'all? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Sleeping Giants podcast with Mike and Terrance, presented to you by WTV. What's going on, Mike?
Not much, Brody. New week, a lot of new music this episode. A lot of stuff been dropping though. We got a standby list, so a lot of stuff on our standby list. But I think we knocked out a large percentage of music this week, and so I think you'll have a lot to talk about. Uh, Man, NFL's going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
NBA's like a week or so away, so it's a
Yeah.
great time of year. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Just been keeping up with a lot of stuff going on in the news. Fourth quarter projects. I know Nas is releasing the original version of the I Am album, so definitely looking forward to that. And I saw the news you sent me earlier about J. Cole finally getting his first #1 song, which is crazy. But shout out to J. Cole, man, for that.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Oh, one more thing too. Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign supposed to have a joint album coming out. I think he's still looking for like a label that he wants to distribute the project on. But yeah, so Kanye's supposed to be dropping in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that's interesting because I recently heard something about a K Michelle and Keisha Cole joint album, possibly.
Hmm.
Thought that was interesting. What else? A couple drops coming up soon too. I think Wale's supposed to be dropping something real soon.
Right.
I don't know if it's just a single or a project, and 3D Nati is supposed to be dropping in November. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. All right, man. We'll kick it off with these albums, man. We'll start it off with Vagabond. Sorry, I haven't called. Um, I love her music, man. Like, this is definitely an album I wanted to get to. The single that she put out a couple months ago, so I've really been anticipating this album. I loved it. I thought the production was amazing. I think she's a amazing writer. Definitely has a lot of industrial, electronical, some rock elements on it, and her vocal performance was great on here. Highlights for me is "Can I Talk My Ish," "You Know How," "Autobahn," "Nothing to Lose," "Do Your Worst," and "Anti-F." But yeah, I think my favorite song may still be "You Know How." But yeah, I love this project, man. Like I said, I like the arrangement of it. It's a really good listen.
Yeah, I thought it was dope too. Like you said, kind of some different sounds on here. Some of them are kind of rock. Some of them may even be a little industrial.
Hmm.
But I feel like it's all kind of in the rain or in the vein of kind of like pop music. So I can respect what she's doing. Definitely something a little outside of the box. Highlights for me: Carpenter, Lexicon, It's a Crisis, Do Your Worst, and as you mentioned, Talk My Ish. But yeah, I thought this was dope.
Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely agree. You guys definitely check out this album. It's an incredible listen. All right, man. Next up, we got Arrested Development. Got a blast from the past, man. On the cutting room floor. I'll let you start this one off.
Man, yeah, it's been a while since I heard anything from them. When I saw that they dropped something, I hit you and it was like, hey, Arrested Development got something. We gotta, talk
Hmm.
about that one. And you was like, you talk about from back in the day?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, them, bro. And he was
Yeah.
like, okay. So yeah, I was really excited to hear this. Man, some great messages, some great
Mhm.
rapping.
Yep.
Um, I thought both guys were, right in their element, Speech
Hmm.
and One Love.
Yeah.
Man, some like I said, great production,
Hmm.
great rapping. I got nothing negative to say about the project, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Highlights for me, I got Frederick Douglass said it. I'm
Hmm.
sorry,
Hmm.
featuring Speech and One Love. Inspired and Jaded, featuring KO and DJ Idol
Hmm.
or Idol. Okay, DJ Idol. Okay, I see. Stop, featuring One Love and Chris Acosta. Won't Let You Down, featuring Rick Benjamin. Here I Am featuring One Love and Will Montgomery, and Hard in the Paint featuring Speech, One Love, Mnemonics, Sly, Fifth Ave, and Matthew J. Ruiz. So yeah, I thought this was dope.
Yeah, amazing album. Very well produced. Like you said, the messaging on it was amazing. Great vibes, good positivity. Songwriting was great. And as you mentioned, One Love and Speech sounded really good, man. Like sounded real fresh. Sounded like they didn't miss a beat, to be honest with you. Every highlight you mentioned, the ones I wrote down, only one I would add would be Unicorn featuring Michael Raymond Williams. But yeah, this is an incredible project, man, from start to finish. And like you said, Speech and One Love, man, they definitely went in on this project.
Absolutely. Shout out to them. Dope project, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. All right, man. Next up, we got an album I've been waiting on forever, man. We got Caskey-Cadillac Music. Yeah, man. Great bars in here. Great writing. Great content. I thought it was a good album. I'm not gonna say like I loved it, but I definitely thought it was a good album. And I definitely thought he did some rapping on here that was incredible. And his pen is amazing. I think my only critique would be kind of similar to sometimes when we talk about what's the artist? I can't even think his name. The artist signed to
You
Jadakiss,
talk about
Millie's.
Millies.
Kind of
Yep.
similar, like a little. Some of the auto tune stuff I don't really think is necessary. I think they're, my opinion, they're too talented for it. But I can understand why they may use it or whatever, just because of the lane that we're in with music and stuff. But I don't think they really needed it, in my opinion. Highlights for me would be Came to Stunt, amazing record. Dixie, I like that one, the song that he dedicated to his mother. Cadillac Part 2 is amazing. I'm trying to think, is that the song he was talking about his time like on Cash Money? But that was an amazing song. I'm a Virgin, dope record. I love that one. CEO, Kept to Myself, Firestarter, and Law of Attraction. But like I said, I only listened to this album once. No, I take that back, twice. So I'm definitely gonna give Caskey's album some more listens. Sometimes it may take a couple listens for some stuff to hit you or grow on you, but yeah, I thought he definitely went in, man, and I like what Caskey does on the mic.
Yeah, man. I thought it was dope too. A lot of diversity as far as the content and the subject matter on here. I agree. I think he's a great writer. He's
Yeah,
definitely got bars. Um, Man, really, what I'm saying, a lot to like about this project.
yeah,
Highlights from me, I got Came to Stunt, Dixie, Cadillac Part 2, I'm a Virgin, as you mentioned, It Was All a Dream, Firestarter, Law of Attraction, Hey Big Head, and What Goes Around Comes Around.
yeah.
And I think this was like what, maybe 15, I
Yeah,
think.
15. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably at least named 8, maybe 9 just right then. So,
Right.
yeah, this is definitely a project that you should listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one quick correction on my part, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the song he was talking about with Cash Money, there may have been the Came to Stunt record. Because
Okay,
stunner, for baby. But yeah, it's an incredible album. You guys definitely check it out.
for sure.
Next up, make sure I say this last name right. Jalen Ngonda. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay. Come Around and Love Me. Man, this is a very soulful album. I think a couple, maybe about 8 weeks ago or something, me and you covered the album about kind of the guy's flow was kind of reminiscent of Marvin.
you talk about October London.
Yeah, October London kind of had that Marvin Gaye type feel to it. This
Hmm.
album here, not necessarily Marvin, but it definitely put me in somebody. He sounds like a singer from this back in the 60s or something, like a Sam Cooke or one of those type of
Hmm.
guys. He's definitely got that type of range and just sometimes when we talk about singers today, and you talk about sometimes you can't feel like the pain in their voice, you hear it in this guy's voice. So that's the thing that really stood out to this project to me. But his vocals were amazing, good songwriting as well. Highlights for me would be Come Around and Love Me, Lost, That's All I Wanted From You, Just Like You Used to, Give Me Another Day, and It Takes a Fool. But man, this is very great album. Like I say, soulful, and there definitely has some spiritual arrangements to it as well.
No, I agree with everything you said, man. Jalen Ngonda with Come Around and Love Me. Yeah. Man, I did get some Marvin vibes from some of these tracks, and not necessarily like you said from his singing and the way he sings or his vote or his tone, but just the tone of a lot of these tracks. Like you said, it feels, man, there were some that I got Marvin vibes, some I got Sam Cooke vibes, as
Yep.
you mentioned. And man, he's got an incredible voice. Like you said, great songwriting. So it's a lot to like about this project. In my opinion, this is a strong R&B album of the year contender, in my opinion. Like where in that, whole category it ranks, I'm not sure yet, but it definitely is an album that needs to be mentioned when we talk about top R&B albums of the year, in my opinion. Highlights for me: Come Around and Love Me, If You Don't Want My Love, Lost, Just Like You Used to, What a Difference She Made, Give Me Another Day, So Glad I Found You, and It Takes a Fool. Incredible voice, dope singing, dope album, production's crazy too. Fire.
Yeah, fire, man. I love it as well. You guys definitely check out this album. Let us know what you thought about it in the comment section.
Absolutely.
Next up, man, we got a beast. This album here is crazy, man. I'll let you start this one off, though. We're going to go with Apollo Brown and Planet Asia-Sardines.
One of those ones, y'all. Man, Apollo Brown's been on my radar for some years. He's done albums with Joel Ortiz.
Yep.
He's done some joints with Raz Kaz that I was really fond of, maybe like 2016, 2017 time. So I've known about him for a minute. Like
Yeah.
he's a dope producer. And Planet Asia, you know what I'm saying? Obviously somebody who's been in the game for a long time. To see him, performing at this level on this project is spectacular to me, man. This is straight fire
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. Like some good collabs on here too, but great rapping, great MCing, great production. And in that, my opinion, when you put those two things together, you're gonna get, or those two or three things together, you're gonna get a great project. And that's what I thought this was. Highlights for me, I got Get the Dough Off, Panama Sun featuring Marv One. Marv One's a battle rapper.
Yep.
Fire. Marv One snapped on this. Like I love it.
Yeah.
So incredible. And for some who may not know, Marv One was in 8 Mile.
Yep. Detroit.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Fly Anomalies, Wizardry, featuring Tri-State, Crazy, Jungle Juice, Wide Awake, Acid Rain, featuring Sick Jackin', Peas and Onions, 88 S Curl, featuring Ty Ferris, and Can You Believe It? This is fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Album of the year contender for me, right, when we talk about rap, for sure.
Yeah, I like that 88 S Girl, man. That was that Kanye sample. That was crazy, man. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this album, man. Some elements of it kind of had like some abstract to it, but the latter part wasn't, so I kind of like the variety you get on here. Great production. I thought the samples and production was amazing. Like you said, the rapping and the writing was incredible. Highlights for me, pretty much most of the ones you named, man. Panama Sun featuring Marv One, Stones, Wizardry. I like that record featuring Tri-State, Wide Awake, Acid Rain featuring Sick Jackin', Peas and Onions, 88 S Girl featuring Ty Ferris, and Can You Believe? But yeah, I agree with you, man. This is an incredible album. I really enjoyed it.
Agree, man. Fire. You got it in Do you think this is an album of the year contender?
That I would say at first I wasn't 100% sure, but man, them last maybe I'm not sure how many songs is on this album, but them last 4 or 5, he closed it out really strong. So it'll definitely make somewhere on my list for sure.
I think it was like 14.
14, yeah, them last 5 was like crazy, especially when dude started when he flipped that 88S girl, he did like that Kanye
Yeah,
sample. I was like, whoa, and then Can You
yeah,
Believe was a strong record to close it out too. So it's
I
an amazing
agree.
album, man.
I agree, man. I think it's fire.
Yeah. Next up, man, we got a amazing mixtape that we've been waiting on since we saw the but not mixtape, I'm sorry, EP that we've been waiting on since we saw the single with Joey Badass called Good Old Days. We got Nyck Caution, Nyckstape. I like this project, man. I thought great writing, good production on here. It's amazing EP, man. I remember one of the bars, he said that producers wanted to charge him too much, so he started like making the beats himself. So if he did the
Hmm.
production on here, shout out to him, man. He did a great job on here. I think this is like a 7 piece, but highlights for me would be Caution, which is spells caution, fell into the mosh pit, Rap Fix, All Around featuring Eric the Architect, amazing record. I like Eric. Eric's really growing on me. I'm seeing his name in a lot of places. And Good Old Days featuring Joey Badass. So 7 piece, I named 5. It's a really good EP. I liked it.
I agree. I like it as well, man. Yeah, Nyck Caution been with Pro Era for a minute. So, obviously Joey and that whole camp, he's one of the guys who's been there since the whole beginning of that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's dope to see him still doing his thing. As you mentioned, the Eric the Architect feature from Flatbush Zombies, that's dope, to see him collabing with Eric the Architect. But yeah, I thought this was like you said, 7 piece dope
Yeah.
EP. Um, I like the diversity as far as the hooks and
Mm.
kind of some of the beat selection as well. Highlights for me, I got Fell Into the Mosh Pit, Jet Lagged featuring Chuck Strangers, Aaron Rose, and Desi Hines is crazy. All Around featuring Eric the Architect, Good Old Days featuring Joey Badass, and DNTFWM on the radar freestyle. Yeah, dope. I
Yeah.
like it. Shout out to Nyck Caution.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. I liked it too, man. Next up, man, we got a album by Open Mike Eagle, Another Triumph, Ghetto Engineering. I thought this was a good album, man. He had some dope songs on here. Another guy, great writer. This one kind of gave me some abstract feel, definitely. But some of the titles on this album was crazy, man. Stuff he did on here was dope. BET's Rap City featuring Young Z, amazing record. A new rap festival called Falling Loud. I like that record. We should have made Other Ground. Like some of the concepts on here are just crazy. We should have made Other Ground a thing. Other Ground a thing. The Wire, S3EL featuring Blue. Blue is one of those guys, man. He's an incredible writer as well. Made a whole album based on Blue. Just incredible, man. Mad Enough to Aim a pyramid at you. But yeah, I thought this was a good project, man. Like I say, definitely some abstract rap on here, but I liked it for sure.
Yeah, Open Mike Eagle with Another Triumph and Ghetto Engineering. Man, I think this is a dope project. As you mentioned, a lot of abstract ideas and even kind of the whole vibe of the whole project is kind of abstract. But I like it though. Some of the beat in production on here is very, very different. But I love what he did with it though.
Mm-hmm.
And there is some dope production on here as well too.
Yeah.
Um, Highlight and man, some good collabs as well. Highlights. I bled on stage at First Ave with Quelle Chris. We've covered a few things that have had Quelle Chris on it before. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
dope.
Yeah.
BET's Rap City featuring Young Z and Illingsworth. A new rap festival called Falling Loud featuring child actor. We Should Have Made Other Ground a Thing featuring child actor.
Mm.
WFLD 32 featuring Issue Tune, Steel Rift, and Video Dave, and The Wire season 3 episode 1 featuring Blue and child actor. So yeah, dope project, like you said, very abstract, but if that's your thing, I think you'll like this. And as you mentioned, I think Mike is or Open Mike Eagle is an incredible writer as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. I definitely agree. All right, man. Next up, we got Joey Purp-Heavy Heart Volume 1. I'll let you start this one off.
Yeah, Joey Purp, another guy's been around for a minute. Been interested to see, considering that I hadn't heard his music in a while, to see what his music would sound like
Mm.
now. And he still gives a lot of those vibes from what I remember of him. I thought he really had bars and was a good MC back in the day, but he has shown some elevation, I guess, when it comes to being able to make different types of songs. And
Mm.
I think we see some of that on this project here. Uh Highlights for me, I got There Must Be a Caesar. That's a dope track. Uh However It Go, Touchdown, and In the Kitchen Freestyle. And this is an EP. Once again, I think
Mm-hmm.
this was like a 7-pack, somewhere in that same range as the Nyck Caution, but I enjoyed most of it.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think he's another guy. He's a good writer. He could rap. The thing I give him his props for, I thought this was a cohesive project, and it was only 18 minutes, but I don't think he really wasted like any time on here, man. He really got his message across. Highlights for me would be There Must Be a Seizure, Molly Walk, Candy Paint, However It Go, featuring Flex Centuria, Ran Out of Ones, and Touchdown. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I thought he definitely did his thing on here, man. I really enjoyed it.
I agree.
Next up, man, this project here, I have to give dude his props, man. This is like one of the better projects of the week for me. Don Trip, 1207 James Street. Man, very vivid writing. Dude's a great storyteller. He raps about what he's going through, and he made like just really good songs on this project, man. So that's the thing I really appreciated the most. And you could really feel what he was saying through his performance on here. Highlights for me would be Grand Entrance, Mama's Revenge, Ultimatum, Country Rap Tunes, Hammer Time, SOS, Outside the Lines, and Popcorn Freestyle.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Don Tripp's been around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I remember I think he was the same guy that did the Step Brothers project with Starlito back in the day. I thought that was like crazy dope and
Mm-hmm.
just the whole concept of that. So when I saw that, he was still making music, I thought I definitely wanted to cover this.
Mm-hmm.
And as I think we mentioned on one pod previously, that he's dropped an album every month this year. So,
Yeah.
we definitely wanted to get one of his projects at least in before the year was out. And
Yeah.
I'm glad we chose this one. I think it's a really good project.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, I think he, like you said, he puts his heart and his life into his music. I think he's
Mm-hmm.
very descriptive the way that he talks about things. I think he has great production selection, and I
Mm-hmm.
think he can give you a different variety of vibes when it comes to his music. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was very impressed. Highlights for me: Grand Entrance, Mama's Revenge, as you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
Ultimatum, Session number 38,
Mm-hmm.
Country Rap Tunes featuring Trapper Man Dale,
Mm-hmm.
From the Bottom, a great story telling track in my opinion, Popcorn Freestyle, and Through the Cut. So yeah, I really like this.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a really great project, man. You guys definitely check out Don Tripp's project. Let us know what you think about it in the comments section. Next up, man, we got Offset. Set It Off. I'll let you start this one off also.
All right. Obviously this one's one that a lot of people are talking about. You know, uh, and what I'll say about this off the top, I think he did a good job of kind of showing that he can be a legitimate solo artist. This is to me, is a very strong project in the line of music that he's making. To me, right up there with the Gunna album, the Thug album, the Quavo Rocket Power album that we covered, in that line of music. I think this is just as good, if not better than some of those. So highlights. I got Save My Grace featuring Travis Scott. Worth It featuring Don Toliver. I really liked how they flipped the kind of Busta Rhymes beat on there and what he did with that. I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Fan, we covered that one previously. I really liked that video, and the track has grown on me more as well. Don't You Lie, I like that one. Skyami featuring Mango Fool. Fine as Can Be featuring Lotto, I like that one. Broad Day with Future is crazy. Bust My Watch. Princess Cut with Chloe is crazy too. I thought Chloe went crazy. And Upside Down. So yeah, I think this is a really dope project.
Yeah, I agree, man. I really enjoyed it as well, man. I thought he really executed on here. The production was crazy. I like, I like a lot of the songs, man. I thought his performances were great, and I like a lot of the features he put on here as well. So highlights for me would be On the River, Say My Grace featuring Travis Scott, Worth It featuring Don Toliver, Broad Day featuring Future, as you mentioned, Freaky featuring Cardi B, I'm On, Night Vision, Skyami featuring Mango Fu, Fine as Can Be featuring Lotto. I like Lotto's performance. Dope Boy featuring Young Nudie. Young Nudie has been putting in some work. I'm seeing that name everywhere. I know we've covered quite a bit. That's the guy, the Snake is on like a lot of the songs and stuff. Yeah, he's making his rounds. His name is like everywhere right now. Jealousy also featuring Cardi B. I like that record. And Healthy. But yeah, I thought this was a really good album, man. So shout out to Offset.
I agree. I thought it was dope too. And one thing that a lot of people critique, about albums that are kind of trap based in the production is that a lot of times that the artists aren't really talking about anything. And I thought he really did some talking about some, serious concepts and topics on this as well. So I want to give him credit for that.
Yeah, absolutely. This album here, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest with you, because I haven't listened to anything from him in a while. And Damien has always been my favorite among the Sons. But StephenMarley, man, shout out to him. Old Soul. I messaged you, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is kind of like low key. This may be my favorite album of the whole year. I mean, this is incredible. Like just start to finish, man. Like I felt everything about this album, the performances, the music, and like I literally, like seriously, like I really like felt something. Like you could feel like what the people playing the instruments, like you could feel everything, man. So shout out to him for being able to put that feeling in music. I really loved it. Highlights for me would be Don't You Believe, Cast the First Stone featuring Damien Marley. I love Damien. Thanks We Get Down. I'm sorry, Thanks We Get. Don't Let Me Down. The thing I'm gonna give him a lot of props for, I have a pet peeve sometimes about people doing songs over, but he executed and he did two classics over on this album and did both of them very well. Georgia on My Mind, which is Ray Charles song, he killed it. He just did an incredible job with that song. Old Soul, that's two styles of that song on this album. Both are incredible. There's a Reward featuring Ziggy Marley. This Time. The other remake that he did was I Shot the Sheriff featuring Eric Clapton. Incredible. Like, man, that's just crazy. Standing in Love featuring Slightly Stupid, I think. And Winding Roads with Jack Johnson. Man, this is a incredible album. Like I say, to me, it may be album of the year, but this is incredible, man. I loved it.
I thought it was dope too, man. And like you said, I really didn't know what to expect because it's been a while since I listened to really him or Damien, to be honest. So yeah, man, this was really good. I was impressed with a lot of the performances, like you said, the singing, the instrumentation.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought it was dope, honestly. Highlights for me, I have Don't You Believe, Cool as the Breeze, dope. Don't Let Me Down, as you mentioned, Georgia on My Mind, Let the Children Play, Old Soul, There's a Reward, and Standing in Love. And I didn't like dislike the Eric Clapton I Shot the Sheriff thing. I thought that, or remake, I thought that was dope too.
Yeah.
But I just, didn't want to name like everything. But
Gotcha.
at the end of the day, I thought the majority of this project was dope. And I'm not even like a huge like reggae fan either, but I still thought that this was a really dope album. And I think a lot of people will enjoy this.
Yeah, man. I mean, I know we've covered, what was it, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago? We went through a lot of them. We went through J Hus. We went through
Burna Boy.
Yeah, Burna Boy. And what's the other guy? He had the song with Snoop.
Buju Banton.
Yeah, Buju Banton. Yeah. So we've been covering some of those type of projects on here, but I think I like this one probably more than those, man. Yeah.
I kind of feel like those are more like Afrobeat though, and this is more like traditional like reggae. But I feel you though. Yeah.
And then You Pray For Me. I'll let you start this one off.
All right, West Side Gun, and then They Pray For Me. Now this is the follow-up to Pray For Paris, which came out, I think, what was that, 2020, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But obviously much anticipated. West Side is, known for curating great projects, known for being an excellent beat picker, and known for being artistic on a level that I think a lot of rappers may not even understand, to be honest. But I was very excited when I heard that this was dropping. And overall, I think it's a solid project. Where it falls, well, I won't even say where it falls. Where I was somewhat disappointed was in the amount of trap beats that I found on this project. I mean, not that I have a problem with trap beats, but I just really didn't feel like they meshed with, the rest of the project. And honestly, I think, Westside just could have done, better as far as some of those beats. Like I feel like he, the Rick Ross track, I feel like you gotta, you and Rick Ross are both known for being excellent beat pickers. And that beat was just all right, So there's just, some of my personal feelings. But overall, I think the album's solid though. And I think the strong points are strong. So shout out to him on that. Highlights for me, I got Mama's Prime Time featuring JID and Conway. I got Coasters, which I'm assuming is named after Giannis's brother, who plays for the, well, I'm not sure where he plays, but Giannis's brother, Antetokounmpo. But featuring Conway the Machine and Benny, Suicide in Shelf Ridges featuring DJ Drama, Kitchen Lights with Stove God Cooks, House of Glory with Stove God Cooks. Stove God's all over this, by the way.
Yeah.
Chloe featuring Ty Dolla Sign's Crazy. Babylon Bliss featuring Stove God Cooks and Keisha Plum. Ultra Griselda featuring Denzel Curry. Jalen Rose featuring Boldy James. The Revenge of Flip's Leg featuring Wrong Streets. And then You Pray For Me featuring KC. And the Jeezy track's not bad neither. That's probably, of all of the trap beats, probably one of the better ones. But that track's not bad neither.
Okay. What's the name of the record with Benny? Is it Coasters?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, this album here, I love the first album. I like Pray for Paris. I think that's probably my favorite West Side Gun album. And ironically, I think this is my least favorite West Side Gun album. I like West Side, man. I think the Shady album is kind of slept on too. I like that album. 10 was dope that we covered last year. I don't know. This one just didn't kind of connect for me for whatever reason. I think, as you mentioned, I think a lot of it was some of the production choices. And this album is long too. I think Pray for Paris is only like 13 records. This one's more like 21. Highlights for me would be Costas featuring Conway and Benny the Butcher. Disgusting with Gigs. I like that record. Chloe with Ty Dolla $ign. Jalen Rose is probably my favorite record with Boldy James. I love Boldy. I thought he went off on there. And the record with Jeezy. Which one is that one?
I didn't write it in my notes. I just remembered it off
Okay,
the top.
Mr. Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed everything with Jeezy, but those would be my highlights. Like I said, I love West Side. This album just didn't kind of connect with me though.
You ain't like Kitchen Lights with Stove God?
No, not really.
I'm telling you, bro, you need to listen to the project again.
Okay. Yeah, I
Once again,
I
I'm
don't
not
want to.
saying this album of the year,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm telling you, because at first I was in the same space as you. Like, this is probably my least favorite West Side album. And then I listened again, and I was like, okay, I see what he do. I see what he did here. I just wasn't crazy like we said about all of the trap beats. I felt like some of those could have been better, just better beats, or don't even use them. Use what some of the kind of boom bap, or even like where was Derringer? You know what I'm saying? I didn't check the production credits, but like what I'm saying, we got Conductor, but I didn't hear no Derringer style beats. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I mean Alchemist. I know he works with Premiere a lot, so I'm not. Yeah, like you said, I maybe have to go back through the credits and see who he kind of worked with. But even if he worked with him, maybe he just kind of chose this type of way to go. I know when Benny was on the show with Hoffa, my expert opinion, he mentioned, I guess they had asked him, do you guys make those type of records or something for the women and things like that? So I know they constantly get asked those questions. Do they have another bag of music that they kind of tap into outside of the beats that they pick? So I don't know what the reasoning was for this. Maybe it was to show that they could do something different. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen like any interviews with West Side to kind of break down, his thought process behind the project. But just off a first listen for me, it didn't do it for me though. But I still have a lot of respect for him. Think he's a great A&R. I think he's a great rapper, great artist, and he's put out a lot of material over the years that I've loved and appreciated. I just didn't connect with this one though.
I feel it.
Yeah. All right, man. What we got for our singles, man?
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, we have Megan Thee Stallion with Alpha the Alpha. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted on this one. I give her props for attempting to do what she did. It's almost like she wrote it like a musical, even though some of the content was a little wild for what she's talking about. But I give her credit for the writing, but the song is just kind of all right for me. But just attempting something like this, I give her props for it.
I mean, I don't know for sure, but just the whole presentation of it, made me think that it was for a musical. And like you
Mm.
said, if that's the case, then that's cool, but I'm
Mm.
still not feeling it.
I feel you. Mm.
Next we got Veto featuring, or I'm assuming that's Veto, maybe Vito, with Love to a Song, and I'll let y'all figure that out. uh Good track.
Okay, yeah, I got decent for this one.
Next we got Kevin Abstract with Blanket. Uh Punk rock vibes,
Mm.
not a whole lot of vocals or words in this one. Overall, I think it's cool.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of interesting. Like you said, it's not like a lot of words or anything. It's cool. It's cool. It's all right.
Next, we got Maya the Dawn with In Your Hands. I think this is a good track. I like it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I like it too.
Next, we got Big X the Plug with I'll let you start.
I thought this was a good track.
Yeah, I'm gonna go solid. I
Mm,
think they're good production. I thought he, rode the beat well. The rapping was good, so I'm gonna go solid.
I agree.
Next we got Fredo Bang featuring NLE Chopper with Sideways. I'll let you start again.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like decent. I'm right in that same range with you.
Yeah.
Next, Sking maybe, or
Hmm.
Skang maybe, featuring Valiant and Jiggy D with Loyal Gal. Uh, this is a good track. I like it.
Yeah. Dope, man. I like this one. Yeah.
Next we got Tina, Hood Celebrity, with Pawn Me Sneakers. I'll let you start.
I think this is a decent track.
I'm gonna go solid on this one. Yeah, I'm right in that same range with you. Next, we got Janelle Monet featuring Quavo and Lotto with Champagne Ish Remix. This is dope.
Yeah. Fire emoji. Yeah. It's hot.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah.
Next, we got KevinGates with God Slippers. I'll let you start.
I think this was just cool.
Yes, it's got elements of the song that I
Mhm.
like, but overall, I'm gonna go like solid.
Yeah. I give him his props for the writing, but yeah, I just thought it was just cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we got Millie's featuring D Baby with Soul Bleed. I'll let you start.
Yeah, it's dope. I like it.
I agree. Think it's a good track.
Yeah.
Next, Locksmith featuring Rock with Wonderful. This is dope.
Yeah, fire emoji. Yeah, yeah. Locksmith, man, he's always his pen is just crazy.
Yeah, been dropping a lot of dope stuff lately. Dope to see Rock on that feature too, like fire.
Yeah.
Next, we got Monet Marlowe with NYC Moment. I'll let you start.
I thought this was just cool.
I'm gonna say good track. I mean, a lot of her tracks have been kind of short,
Mhm.
and but she gets in there, does what she does, and kind of gets out of there. But for what she was doing, I thought it was cool. So I'm gonna say good track.
Mhm.
Next we got Redman with Slow a Little Down. I'll let you start. Or no,
Uh,
I'm sorry.
mm.
Sunday a little slow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, hey, Redman is in his element, man. He's going off, and it's good to see man, what's kid Capri next to him. Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, yeah, dope. I agree. Dope track.
Yeah.
Next, we got Dage Low featuring Tenny and Cheeky Chizzy with Please Don't Go. Now this is more of a video review. We covered the song a couple weeks ago, but what did you think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good track for sure.
I agree. I think in fact, I'm gonna go dope on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dope.
Yeah, I think it's definitely one of her better songs, since but maybe like in the last 4 or 5 month span that we've been covering her on the pod.
I agree.
Yeah.
Next we got Drake and Lil Yachty with Another Late Night. We covered Drake's album like a week or so ago. Um, so yeah, good track, good video.
Mhm.
I'm good with both.
Yeah, I'm gonna say good for this one. Lyrical Lemonade did the video. So the video's dope, and song is good. I like it.
Thanks. Next we got Chris Webby featuring Busta Rhymes with "Oh Boy." This is fire. Chris Webby been cooking up some dope stuff, so shout out to him. I like this a lot though.
Yeah, I like it too, man. Yeah, Chris Webby, he's definitely on the list too, man. We waited for Caskey's project, so hopefully we get his coming up next. But yeah, I like the track too. And Busta definitely snap.
Facts. I hope we get that before the year's out as well.
Yeah.
Next, BlackPumas with Angel. It's a good track.
Yeah, I'm gonna go decent for this one. Yeah.
Next, we got Belle Biv DeVoe featuring Rev Run with Act Like You Know. I'm gonna let you start this one.
I think it's a good track. I just wasn't crazy about the hook, but I thought the two guys, Mike Bivins and what's the other one from Bell Biv DeVoe?
Ronnie.
Ron. Yeah, I think they both kind of snapped on here, with the rapping part. And Ron sounded decent too. So yeah.
Yeah, I co-sign on a lot of that. I'm gonna go solid track.
Yeah, I agree.
Next we got Anoid with Chihuahua Fire. He went crazy.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Yeah, I like this. He definitely went crazy.
Next we got RJ Payne with Rocky Statue. Kind of a storytelling track. I like it though. Dope.
Yeah, dope, man. I like the video too. So shout out to RJ.
Thanks. Next we got Redman once again with Sway Had the Answer. Uh, he's wilding on
Yeah, he's
this one,
wild.
but yeah, good track. I like it.
Yeah, Red's going crazy, man.
Thanks. Next, Killer Mike featuring Robert Glasper and Aaron Allen Kane with Motherless. Man, like the rendition that he did of that song in this video, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Fire, song of the week contender for me.
Yeah, I liked it, man. I even like. I mean, not that. Obviously, not highlighting, about his mother passing, but just for him to express tears, doing the actual live performance. Anybody who lost somebody, you could definitely connect with him. You could tell he put a lot into this track. And Eric Allen Kane, she's incredible. She's all over the album. And you add Robert Glasper, yeah, but what else can you ask for,
Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah.
Facts. I agree.
Yeah.
Next, we got Corey Guns with Point Me To Militia mix. I think it's a good track, different for Guns, but it's good.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought this one was just kind of cool. I mean, I like some of the other stuff that we covered maybe 2 months ago that we covered of his newer stuff. Maybe I need to give this one another listen, but off the first listen, I thought it was just cool.
Well, I mean, like I said, I think it's different for him. Not used to hearing him on that type of beat,
Right.
but I still think he did what he's
Sure.
supposed to do.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna say good trade.
Okay.
Next we got Mozzie. If I Die Right Now. This is fire. He went crazy on this too. Probably one of the realest Mozzie tracks I've heard. So fire.
Yeah, it's definitely a good track, man. I like it, and I love the writing on here. He definitely went in.
Thanks. Next we got Redman once again with Look at Me Now freestyle. Dope. He did his best to get in that Buster bag and
Yeah.
he still I thought he was dope with it. So I'm gonna give Red his credit. Fire.
Yeah, I co-sign what you just said, man. Yeah, he was snapping on here. I like it.
Next we got King Los with Dead Flowers. Fire.
Yeah, it's fire, man. I think I may have liked the track last week a little better, but I like what he's doing, man. And as we mentioned last week, this is a Take the Throne Thursday. So for however long, we'll be getting some tracks every Thursday from Los. But yeah, I like it too.
Thanks. Next we got Larry June featuring Cardo with Chops on the Blade. I'll let you start.
At first, I put just cool, but I kind of got into it a little more as the song was about to end. I thought it was I think I kind of go like that solid, decent range.
I'm right there with you. I kind of felt the same way. I had to listen to it twice, and ultimately I came to a solid. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on it.
Yeah.
Next we got Akeem Ali with Freddie Gibbs flow. This is fire. He went crazy.
Yeah, fire emoji, man. Akeem Ali he's putting in work, man. He's putting in a lot of
He's
work.
dope, man.
Yeah.
Next, we got Nasty C featuring Benny the Butcher with Prosper in Peace. Uh Man, I like this. I like the whole vibe of it. I thought Benny did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
The production I thought was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That sample that he used on that track, that's one of the same samples Red Veil used from Learn to Swim. So I thought that was really dope. But yeah, good track. I like it. Dope.
Yeah, incredible. I like it too, man. I thought it was hard.
Facts. Next we got Dark Low with Rent Due, produced by Nicholas Craven. I'll let you start.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I like it.
I agree. Good track, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Next, we got Mike with What You Say You Are. I'll let you start this one.
I think I'm gonna kind of go like decent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go solid. It took a couple listens for me to like for it to really hit me. It kind of reminds me of how like some of Billy Woods' songs are like
Mm,
on first listen.
yeah.
But maybe even some of that open mic eagle stuff, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's very abstract. The production is it almost kind of sounds like it's offbeat. Like
Mm,
it's weird, but I like the way he made it work though. Like it's really kind of crazy.
yeah.
But overall, I'm gonna go solid. Mike's got an album out too that's
Mm,
being spoken very highly of. So we'll definitely get to that one probably in the next week or so. But yeah, I'm gonna go solid and hold out complete judgment on the song until I hear the whole project. Kind of like with the whole Killer Mike thing we talked about earlier this year. Yeah.
right. Right.
Highlights. I'm sorry, highlights. Next we got Tizo touchdown with Impossible Fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I definitely have a good track for this one. At first, I was kind of, but yeah, it's dope. I like it.
Yeah, I just like the messaging
Mm,
and like what he's talking about, the content. I
yeah.
thought the beat was good too, so I like it.
Yeah.
Next, Ice Spice featuring Rima with Pretty Girl. I'll let you start.
I'm just gonna go cool for this one. I mean, I like that she's doing something different. Not just trying to follow what she did with In Her Mood and all that. So I like the variety, but maybe just the execution just quite didn't touch me. But I thought it was decent though. I still give her credit for at least trying something different.
I agree. I think it's decent too. I mean, I didn't think she sounded bad on the beat.
Mm,
I thought she actually sounded good on that style of beat. So maybe,
sure.
this is just a warm up. Maybe, we'll see
Mm,
some more of this from her. But overall, I'm gonna go decent like you did.
yeah.
Next we got Young Thug from a Man. This is fire.
Yeah, I like it, man. Definitely a good track.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best tracks I've heard from Thug, in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, Next, Jordan Sparks with Call My Name. Once again, fire.
Yeah, I like this, man. I ain't heard anything from her in a really long time, so it was good to hear her. I had to look her age up. It's like, how old is Jordan Sparks? But yeah, it's dope, man. And her vocals still sound good.
Agreed. Yeah, I like it a lot. Fire.
Yeah.
Next, Pink Panthers with Capable of Love. This is dope. I like her production. As I think we spoke last week. I might as well go ahead and say at this point I'm pretty much a fan. So,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go dope.
Yeah, man. This is definitely I think this is a track of the week contender for me. I like this a whole lot.
I feel it. Next we got Kid Cudi with Heaven's Galaxy. I'll let you start.
This is a 6 minute song. I think it's just decent though.
I'm right there with you, bro. I mean, solid to decent is as high as I can go. I really wasn't, you know, it was just cool. Like, what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't like, trash. It was
Mhm.
somewhere in the middle of that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for it being that long, I was trying to, was it gonna go somewhere? But it just kind of didn't for me.
I kind of feel where you're coming from on that one.
Yeah.
Next we got Leon Thomas featuring Blast with Crash and Burn remix. This is fire. I mean, the original song's fire. You throw
Mhm.
Blast on it, yeah, it's fire.
Yeah, fire emoji.
Next we got Cali featuring Young Nudie with Say Too Much. This had the 504 Boys sample.
Mhm.
Um, you know, if you're old enough, you know what song I'm talking about. But yeah, uh, overall, I think it's kind of it's solid, man. Like, you know, the sample was cool, but I don't know if it did enough to like make me like love the song. So yeah.
Okay. I actually like this one. I'm gonna go good track on this one. I liked it.
Okay. Next we got Cherry 22 with Vori. Never had this. I'm gonna go good track on this one. It's different but good.
Yeah, I'll go good track.
Next, Baby Tron with 1 million or $1M. I'm gonna go solid.
Okay. I'm gonna go just cool on this one.
Cool, cool. Next, Chloe the God with Good Guys. I'll let you start.
Dope. Yeah, fire emoji.
I'm gonna go good track. Yeah, good
Okay.
track. Next, the Doppelgangers with Awful Thing. I'll let you start.
I think this is another track of the week contender, in my opinion.
I'm gonna go good track as well. I like them. This is a good track from them. So
Hmm.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And lastly, with TF featuring Ab-Soul with Hidden Stages. This is crazy. Ab-Soul went crazy. Uh, I think TF, you know, did his thing. I like
Mm.
it. Dope.
Yeah, I like it too, man. Yeah, Ab definitely went crazy, man. He had some bars in there, and like you said, TF did his thing too, so it's dope.
Agreed, man.
I think it's one track. What were your thoughts on? Is it Mike
Oh, the
Shinoda?
Mike Chinoda track.
Yeah, already over.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a rap track, you know.
Okay.
Mike Shinoda is the rapper from Linkin Park. So I
Okay.
initially added it because I was thinking he was gonna rap on the track, but then
Mm,
when he didn't rap, I was like,
gotcha.
oh, okay. But
Gotcha.
overall, I mean, I didn't think it was a bad track. It's cool.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, same here. Yeah. But yeah, man. Good week of music, man. We had a lot of joints, man. Obviously a highlight for me as we wrap it up. Pink Panthers, man. She's putting in work. She's putting in work. As I mentioned, Young Nudie, all over the place, going crazy. Um, I love that verse with TF and Absol. Absol went crazy, and Mozzie too. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you on the Absol track with TF Hidden Stages. I agree with you on the Mozzie track. If I Die Right Now, that was fire. Um, Man, she shot the Redman. He was on the list like
yep,
3 or 4 different times. All of
hmm,
those tracks were dope.
yeah,
Um, Janelle Monáe, Quavo, and Lotto. I like that one a
that's
lot.
fire. Yep,
The Champagne-ish remix.
yeah,
Um, Killer Mike, Robert Glasper, Aaron Allen Kane, just you know, that different rendition of Motherless I thought was really dope.
yeah.
Leon Thomas and Blast. It's a
Hmm.
lot of good stuff this week, man. A lot of good stuff. Oh, and Akeem Ali on that Freddie Gibbs flow. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Man, shout out to StephenMarley, Old Soul. Man, one of my favorite albums of the entire year. So that was incredible, man. I really love that album. And shout out also to Speech, Arrested Development. I was very impressed with that album.
Yeah, facts, man. Shout out to Arrested Development. Shout out to Planet Asia. You know,
Yep.
OGs that's been doing it for a minute,
Hmm.
showing that their pens and their skills are still sharp, man. That's always a beautiful thing to see. Don Trip is included in that as well. I mean, Don Trip he maybe not quite as long as them, but Don Trip's been around for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, I thought that was dope. Yeah, man, like you said, the StephenMarley project, Open Mike Eagle coming through with some abstract stuff that, you know, I think a lot of folks will be able to feel and relate to. Man, Jalen, I'm sorry, Ngonda,
Yep.
incredible R&B album. A lot of good stuff this week, man. And we were able to get, you know, the recent drops, the Offset, the Caskey, the West Side in on this episode too. So that was dope.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I just want to make one comment before we close out. I don't know if it's weekly, but I see some clips now of TMZ interviewing King Crooked, asking his opinions about stuff going on in hip hop. And I agree with what Crooked is saying, man, because me and you, we're in the crates, we're listening to a lot of music. So I agree with what Crooked is saying about some of the stuff that they're putting out amongst the mainstream. But not that Parks from Joe Budden will ever hear this, but I just want to put it on record in case he ever does hear it. When they question about the pen of a lot of the writers now and saying that, you know, it feels like guys are doing the music on one take, not putting a lot of effort into it. I don't know what music they're listening to. I mean, I agree maybe some of the mainstream stuff, but a lot of the stuff that we're in listening to weekly, like Nick Grant and Nyck Caution and Ransom and people we've been covering, guys putting effort into their projects, man. It's just not getting highlighted, and the mainstream media is not giving it enough attention. Like Joel Ortiz had a great album we just covered. So there's a lot of good albums out here. It's just not getting the attention. So I kind of push back on some of these people not putting effort into their art. I think they are. They're just kind of frustrated and burnt out that it's not getting them nowhere. But I think people have definitely putting a lot of craft into their pen, though.
Well, where I would slightly disagree with you on that is I can kind of understand the point that they're coming with. It's like, you know, some of the bigger artists, especially the ones that we've been known to know as hit makers, it doesn't seem like maybe some of them are putting the effort into their art that, you know, they have in the past. But at the same time, like you said, I mean, there's such an abundance of music out here to listen to. And there's so many guys that are putting quality work out and putting quality into their work. So ultimately, you know, you just have to remember music's not just mainstream. It's not just Spotify and, you know, SoundCloud and playlists. Like there's a lot of different ways and a lot of different avenues for listening to music these days. So, you know, tap in.
Yeah, and that's my preference. Like, are they in the crates? Because they said 98%. That's like almost trying to say everybody. Like, no, it's a lot. Like, Mick Jenkins, good album. I haven't heard nobody even talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good albums out here that, you know, they're not covering. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you know, people with the platforms, instead of wasting all of our time talking about, you know, Jada and Will and stuff like that, we could be highlighting these quality albums and trying to give these guys, you know, a bigger platform to highlight these good albums. That's just my opinion.
Well, that's why we do what we do, and that's why we are the Sleepy Giants podcast.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. Give everybody your social media, man.
Yes, sir. That's M1C_CH3CK on Instagram.
All right, on Instagram, I went back to Terrance Hill the Great. So definitely look for me there. Also look for the Sleeping Giants on Facebook. While you're there, look for Terrance Hill. Also look for Terrance Hill and In the Hills on YouTube. This week, want to give a special shout out to Eminem. Today's his birthday, and then and this Friday, Snoop, his birthday is coming up as well. So want to give a happy birthday to both of those guys.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the very next episode. Take care.